Saturday, January 18th, 2025, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So yes, I'm back from Florida. I had a great time with Andy Schectman from Miles Franklin. I arrived this morning. My plane landed just after 6 a.m. at Heathrow. I was home by 9 o'clock. And Rudy was very excited to see me. So yes, hashtag triple digit silver. That's what we're going to look at today. And thanks to Andy for this t-shirt. And is triple digit silver really realistic? Well, I think so. And that's what we'll look at today. It's more than realistic. It's something that should be happening, in my opinion, if you look back through history at the gold-silver ratio. So before I start on silver and triple-digit silver, just wanted to let you know about my trip. So I left on Monday and I arrived today on Saturday. I played golf a few times with Andy. We went to Trump International in West Palm Beach. Donald Trump was playing there, but we didn't get to see him. When we got there, we had to wait a long time to get into the club. Heavy security. They were checking all the cars. They had sniffer dogs, but we had a great time. Great club. Great hot dog. We had a hot dog at the Turn, one of the best hot dogs I've ever had. And yeah, we played a couple of more times, had a really good time. And I saw how Andy and his family run the business. I met his dad. We went out for dinner. Yeah, it's a family-run business, and they've been around since 1989. So thanks, Andy, and hopefully we'll come back sometime next year. I'll bring my wife. Maybe we might even bring Rudy. Who knows? Andy's got 3 dogs. They're great dogs, too. And also the whole family, of course. Thanks again. So back to silver. I recently spoke to the Gnome of Zurich. And he's given me some charts about the gold-silver ratio and other charts as well. But this is the one that really is amazing. It's a 3,500 year chart. And you can see that up until the late 1800s, the price of, the gold-silver ratio was averaged around 15, roughly, for over 3,000 years. And since the late 1800s or around 1870, that's all changed. So this is an aberration here. And I think it's not going to last forever, because we are at a point where the supply of silver is dwindling. The fact that silver is so cheap, we're almost at 89, the gold-silver ratio right now, makes it uneconomic to recycle silver. So the only way to replenish the supply of silver, be it for industrial use or investment monetary use, is for the price to go higher. And I think, as this says here, hashtag triple digit silver is very much a possibility. Yes, Andy gave that to me. It's from Miles Franklin. And so where do I think silver could go, or where should it be? Let's look at where it should be, looking back 3,500 years and an average of 15:1 in the ratio. Well, it's very simple. You take the price of gold, 2,700 or thereabouts, and you get $180 silver. So triple digit silver is, in my opinion, a possibility. And I've spoken, of course, a few times in the last few months to David Jensen, who does great research about the LBMA in London. And I think the LBMA, the London Bullion Market Association, is the key to the silver price suppression. Yes, COMEX is part of it as well, but it's in London where the bullion banks are able to rehypothecate or create an endless supply of silver, which is, in my opinion, fraudulent. But how do they get away with it? Well, David Jensen explained that with the Big Bang in 1986, that was when the Thatcher government deregulated the financial system in the City of London, and it led to a huge growth in the City of London. I benefited from the Big Bang. I came here in 1992 and I worked in the financial markets, but the Big Bang, they gave the bullion banks basically carte blanche. They made it so that they would self-regulate. So there is no regulation. It's just like a Wild West, the London Bullion Market Association. And the Bank of England just turns a blind eye to it. Yes, the Bank of England is part of this LBMA mechanism, even though they don't officially belong to the LBMA. The physical silver is kept, a lot of it is kept in London. So what's changing things now? Why the possibility, in my opinion, of triple-digit silver? Well, there's a few reasons why. The first big reason is that gold is really leading the way, and usually in a precious metals bull market, silver catches up and even overtakes gold. So that's one of the main reasons. The other one is that with the world becoming more and more divided, with the globalization that we saw from like the early 2000s up until 2020, with that like gone out the door, with the multipolar world, the BRICS challenge, and also the talk of trade wars with the new Trump administration, it's going to get harder and harder to get not just all natural resources, but also especially silver. There's even talk that the Trump administration could put a 10% tariff on silver and gold. That normally should raise the price by 10%. Of course, 10% is not that much in the scheme of things. But the other important point about this multipolar world is that countries like India and China, they are using silver for industrial use, and they're consuming silver in massive amounts. And it will come to a point where all that paper that's created on the LBMA will not suffice. People want the physical, and there will be a point where that it flips, everything flips, and price discovery finally will take place. And that's why I think triple-digit silver is possible. What we've had since the Great Crime of 1873, when the United States demonetized silver, is an aberration, as I showed you on this chart here. Because for the last 3,000 years, the gold to silver ratio, or the price of gold and silver, has been below 20. Right now it's at 89. So it's not normal. That's why I think silver is a steal right now. And when I was visiting Andy, I actually bought some pre-65 quarters. Andy's got a really good deal right now. They're only $1.69 over spot in terms of the price per ounce. I think the Silver Eagles right now are over about $4 over spot. So it's a really good deal. I've been buying a lot of what they call pre-65 junk silver for many years. I can get it here in the UK as well. If you're interested in getting involved in silver, or if you've been stacking, I think it would be worth checking out with Miles Franklin. All the details of how to get in touch with them are below in the description of this video. And of course, I saw how Andy and his family work, and also his associates. They're there 24/7 to help you, and they've been in business for, well, over 30 years. So I can vouch for Andy. Well, even before I met him, I vouch for him, but this confirms, meeting him confirms that he's the real deal. So what else about silver? When is it going to happen? Well, some of you might say, well, it could take another 10, 20 years. That's true. But in terms of risk reward, I think there's very little risk on the downside for silver. And I've been stacking silver for, well, over 20 years. And I don't have any regrets, because when I started stacking silver, we were, around $4 or $5, just above 3 pounds. And now we're at 25 pounds an ounce. We're almost at an all-time high in pounds. I think it recently also made a new all-time high in Canadian dollars. Gold is making new all-time highs in pounds, for example. And I think it's only a matter of time that the dollar will follow suit. The dollar has been strong versus the other fiat currencies. And that's the problem of the fiat currency system, where the currencies are not backed by anything. Countries will cheat. One country will print more than the other, and then the other country will see that their exports are getting more expensive, so they'll print more. It's like a race to the bottom. And I think the only way really for all these countries to devalue and not have a war is to do it versus gold and silver. And I think that's the way it's going to go. The potential for silver, I think, is great. And I mean, the other reason I like buying silver is not just because I think it's undervalued, but because it's a beautiful metal. Like this Morgan dollar here from 1891. So there you go. You can get that as well from Miles Franklin. Actually, Andy gave that to me. He gave it to me. He also gave me, let me show you, these 1 ounce silver bars here. There you go. The Trump 1 ounce silver bars. There. So anyway, Clive and I are going to be back tomorrow night for the live stream. We're going to start at 8 p.m. London. Usually we start at 9, but last Sunday I did it a bit earlier because I was going to fly out on Monday quite early. So a lot of people said they preferred having it at 8 p.m. London time. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. And yeah, so I hope to see you during the live stream. Clive and I will answer as many questions as possible. And with that, I'm going to wish you all a very good weekend as well. Take care. Bye.